Hello my friends and welcome back to Coffee Tea Paper. Ferris Wheel Press have sent me two new products. These will be launching on the 2nd of June. This ink is called Malibu Blush and it is the second ink in their Dreaming of California series. You might remember that we had a look at a couple of months ago the Blue Yosemite Falls ink, which was the first ink in the series. So we'll just get that out and we'll have a little look at the swatch of that before we do this. That's Tumultuous Tides. Here we go. Blue Yosemite Falls. So this was inspired by the natural beauty of the USA's Sunshine State, which was quite interesting because Florida is the Sunshine State. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. Be assured that I'm in Queensland, which is a Sunshine State and is known as the Sunshine State. So we'll just go with that. But today we are talking about Malibu Blush. And these two actually, how pretty do they look together? So we've got the mountains and the waterfalls and the forests. And for this one, we're moving to the coast. And we've got Ms. Bear here with her, I presume that's a Malibu surfboard. And this is also inspired by the natural beauty of the California landscape. And yeah, so the beaches, this is what Ferris Wheel Press says. The beaches of Malibu are the perfect locale to try your hand at some water sports. Try some parasailing, sailing, or water hoverboarding. Playful waterbound animals splash in the surf, welcoming the landlubbers to their home. Lush hibiscus bloom along the beach, providing inspiration for some iconic beachwear. Bikini, perhaps? The bikini was first worn in Australia. Yeah, there you go. The sun sets on the horizon for an iconic Malibu sunset, the namesake for the cocktail being enjoyed by many beachgoers. Grab a chair and lounge in the shade of the ink bottle palms that pepper the beach. Wow, ink bottle palms. Oh yes, I can see. So here's the palm tree, and up the top, instead of coconuts, there are little Ferris Wheel Press ink bottles. Well, that's pretty cute. And who's this? This is a hare, and they've also got a surfboard. And what do we got here? Is that like a stork? And a crab. Someone's been making a sand castle. Another surfer with a combi van. I wonder if it's the same combi van. Oh, I think it might be. Look at that. I think it's the same combi van. Wow, the bear family get around. Lucky them. Okay, and in addition to the ink, Ferris Wheel Press have sent me another Carousel fountain pen. This one with some beautiful artwork here of the sunset that they were referring to, and a gorgeous hibiscus here on the box. And the little window gives us a little peek. And yeah, so we will first of all do some swatching with this ink in my ink book. So let's just find a page and get that set up. Sorry about the cockatiel twerping. They just get excited when they hear me talk. They think I'm talking to them. And so they, yeah, twerp, 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 twerp. Okay, beautifully boxed as always. And yeah, it's come a long way, all the way from Canada to Australia. And it is beautifully intact and as lovely as when it left Canada. Here we go, Malibu Blush. Looks a bit like red cordial. I'm having one of those moments like it's not food, don't eat it. Okay, and a little disclaimer here. One of my friends who is a very lovely person, and he dabbles in a variety of hobbies, one of which is 3D printing. I asked him if he could come up with a solution for tippy bottle problem, because I don't know about you, but I can be a bit clumsy, and if I'm concentrating on what I'm doing, I have had some very near misses, I have to say. And of course, if this goes over, oh my gosh, that's a big disaster. And yeah, so he put his thinking hat on and he made me this on his 3D printer. So please don't ask where I got it or where you can buy it. You need to find your own friend with a 3D printer. Okay, now I have forgotten to get out my ink pad. I'm sure there are some enterprising folk out there in the world who have made their own or might have another option for providing a bit of stability to their ink bottles. Yeah, but he very kindly whipped that up for me to avoid any potential inky disasters. I must say, I feel a lot more confident having it in that. And I can still admire the bottle nicely. Okay, let's do our paintbrush swatching here. Okay, it's very pale. Very pale. So let's put on a bit extra. Okay, I'll just get my very colourful cloth here. So we'll let that dry, and while that's drying, we shall do a little bit with the dip pen, and then we'll ink up this Carousel fountain pen as well. Oh wow, yeah. Sorry, I don't want to bang on about it, but this is really handy. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, it seems to be, just on first impressions, quite a thin ink, so it's actually running off my dip pen quite quickly. So lots of re-dipping. Okay, so at this point, what we'll do is we will stop there and put some in the Carousel fountain pen. Yeah, so there's no shimmer, there's no real yeah, there's no sheen or anything in particular, so it's actually writing with the dip pen darker than my first impression when I dipped the paintbrush, so that's quite interesting. Okay, so of course here we have the beautifully boxed fountain pen. As we've discussed before, which I'm not sure if you have visited my channel before, but if you have, you'll remember that we had one last month, another Carousel fountain pen called To Go Hand in Hand with Tumultuous Tides, and that's that one here. I might talk a bit about that later. We'll just have a look at this one for Malibu Blush at the moment. Okay, so exactly same design. Oh, they look quite pretty together, don't they? Pop off lid. Twist off. Woo! Twist off barrel. Really long thread, so that's good. This very nice converter with the ink mixing ball in it. So we'll pop that in. Let's listen for the click. There we go. And it is of course a piston filler, twisty piston filler. So I'll pop that in, see how we go. Just wipe off some of the excess there. Get the barrel on. Post the lid. Lid on the bottle. Okay, and let's do some writing with the fountain pen. They always have this beautiful carousel prancing horse engraved on the nib, which is a nice touch. Oh, okay. So this pen is a limited edition, and it's only a small batch run, so it will only be available while the quantities last. They don't actually say how many will be available, but yeah, so if this pink is your thing, don't delay. Of course, I say this every time, but I will say it again. If you buy through the Ferris Wheel Press website and you use code CTP on checkout, you will get a 10% discount. So, first of all, more importantly, you have to see if you want to purchase it or not. So let's have a bit of a ride with it. Okay, so this pen, when it becomes available on the 2nd of June, will be available with a fine or medium nib. I can't read if it has, because my eyesight is so bad. I cannot see if this says it is a fine nib or not. But guessing by the line width, I'm going to say it's fine. Now, let's just get it out and compare it with this other one. Yeah, I'm going to say that this is a fine nib as well. Now apparently their nibs are custom ground. They don't say by whom, or wear. But yeah, that's an interesting feature as well. So yes, you can see writing on the page with the dip pen. The ink is probably a bit more forthcoming. With the fine nib fountain pen, it is quite pale. So for my money, I would actually, if I wanted to go matchy with this ink in this pen, I would probably go for a medium nib myself, unless of course you are using a dip pen, in which case it's quite legible, and yeah, very nice. Very pink. It's, yeah, not really sheening, doesn't really have much shading, but it's a very nice true pink. So if you're someone who likes a real pink ink, this one is probably for you. So that's it for the moment. It's just the one ink that they've sent me and the pen for June. So yes, once again, available 2nd of June. If you really want this one, mark it in your calendar, put an alert on, because anything with limited edition tends to go very quickly. Just a little update with their Kickstarter campaign. The inkwell has been fully funded, which is very exciting, and I was actually reasonably surprised at the cost of it. It's if you go through the Kickstarter website, it's 65 Canadian dollars. So I was actually pleasantly surprised with that. I had in my mind that it would possibly be around the $100 mark. So for a glass inkwell with the added benefits of being able to mix your ink with shimmer in it on a regular basis, rather than having to close up your bottle and shake it, unscrew it, put it down, etc. Yeah, I think that's actually quite a good deal. Apparently there are still a few available through their Kickstarter campaign. The actual price on release may go up a little bit, I'm not sure. But yeah, so if you are keen for one of those Carousel inkwells, don't delay. All the glass dip pens, the gumball pens, have long gone. I think they were sold within minutes, though I have heard a rumor that there are some very similar ones, if not identical, available through another manufacturer, but I will leave you to do your own research on that. Once again, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already and you would like to, feel free to subscribe. If you have already subscribed and you like being one of the first people to view and comment on my videos, apparently there is a bell that you can click. So yeah, maybe try that out. I don't know. Anyway, I'll say goodbye for now. Bye.